Hi everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Apologise in advance, I look like a bit of a train wreck today. I'm a little bit tired. I've got I think I've got an abscess up here on my cheekbone or somewhere around here. It was giving me some jip, and I just found out that there's been an unmitigated disaster with my stitching. Having said that, new glasses and £4 off this week, so you know it's not all bad. This is Flush Tube number 57, so welcome everybody, new and old, and I am going to go through my projects and show you where I am with them so far. So I will show you my projects in order. So the first one is the Realm of Middle-earth map. Come on. Artwork there, and it is this chart's by Tilton Crafts, and I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross on 25 count even weave. I have got a photograph to put in of this, and Andy, if I ask you to insert it here. And just so that you know close up where I've worked, I have got right over to the right hand side, and started back on the left. So this one now, the first sort of two, I think it's 2 full rows of pages. I think it might be 3, I don't know, but anyway they're all done. But because it's so big now, I've asked Andy to pop in that photograph so you can see it. We have moved from 29.44 to 29.64% completed, and that represents 1600 stitches. So we are a little bit closer to 30%, and we are still the second project in the list after Maui Princess in terms of being closest to completion. So that is around the Middle-earth. Oh, do you know, pattern keeper sometimes. So the next piece that I've worked on is this one, and this is a stitching shelf. It's artwork by Aimee Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I am working this all the way from the top to the bottom down. We've moved from, let's move this thing in front of me, then I'll see, 15.63 to 15.90%, and we've put 1,000 stitches in. Don't know if I said about around the Middle-earth, but that had 1,600 in. And you'll have seen this on the Stitch With Me this week. So we've been working here. So the top half of this hourglass is now done. We are now sort of at this point here and moving along. So I've done sort of a bit of work along here in this week, and this piece is just looking fabulous. The colours have just picked up beautifully with the new phone and the new camera and all that, and on the Stitch With Me it just looks absolutely gorgeous, and it does reflect, you know, more accurately what it actually does look like, you know, in real life, as it were. So that is that. So let's third piece that I've worked on this week. Let me just turn my screen around because it's a long one. Is this one. It's my Lord of the Rings stained glass. And this one, it came from Etsy. I couldn't remember the members of the fellowship last week because I was quite tired when I was filming. But on the top you've got Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, and Gollum is here in the bottom. And then on the bottom row you've got Aragorn, Boromir, Legolas, Gimli, and in the middle there is Gandalf. So yeah, so that's everybody. and I have been enjoying this, and as I said, I am going to try to colour complete it and do the black first. How successful I will be, I don't know, because as you know, it's outside of my comfort zone. However, this week I have put 1400 stitches in, and we've moved from 0.47 to 0.98% completed. So, and all the stitches are black. And there we are. So as you can see, I'm moving up this corner. This is the top right corner. And you know, because it's black, it's nice, it's mindless, and I can do it as and when, you know, sort of pick it up when there are times when I've been tired. You know, I mean, certainly when I was waiting for my new glasses, my eyes would get very tired quite easily, and close up was getting quite difficult. But now, you know, I've got these, it's so much easier, and you know, like I said, I can almost sit and stitch this mindlessly. I can put in 250 to 300 stitches an hour in plain colour, where when I was doing Stitch and Shelf on my Stitch With Me this week, I think I made like 120 stitches in the hour because of it being heavy confetti, and of course talking as well, which obviously does slow me down. So the next thing I'm going to move on to is the unmitigated disaster, which I have just this minute discovered. Andy says I'm holding it together quite well, and we've just worked out how many hours.
How many hours?
Yeah.
424,000.
No, 4,240, wasn't it?
4,240 stitches.
No, 42,000.
42,400 stitches.
Yeah.
Equivalent to 424 hours, which is 17 days.
Yeah. I work on a stitch rate of about 100 an hour, and especially for this next piece, I've done 42,400 stitches on it, which is about 424 hours, or the equivalent of 17 days or thereabouts. And just as I was taking it out of its frame so I could take a picture for Andy to insert, which I'm now no point in bothering with that, I've discovered that I've started this piece and I don't have enough fabric to finish to get down to the bottom. To say I'm gutted is an understatement. I will be starting it again, but it probably won't be immediately. I'm not putting it back into rotation straight away because I'm going to have to start everything again. I'm going to delete it all out of Pattern Keeper and start it again. And I was opening it up to put it on the floor so I could take a photo because I wanted to demonstrate to the lady who was talking about doing a pattern in tent stitch or continental tent or whatever, half crossed or whatever it is that I call it, to demonstrate that this piece has been worked in tent stitch, but it's not warped. And it's my Aframoth piece, my Night Cafe. I've started it one, two, three, four, 5 full blocks down, and I should have started it about here. And I now don't have enough to get to the bottom. To say I'm angry with myself, I'm furious with myself for not checking it, again, is an understatement. But I have to learn from it, I have to move on from it, and this piece will need a restart at some point. But I have plenty enough to be going on with, so I'm not going to get too downhearted about it. But obviously it's 42,000 stitches I'm not going to get back. And you could say, well, yeah, you can cut off some of the bottom of it. Yeah, I could, but then we're not getting the full piece. Not getting the full picture. And the idea of it, to do it, is almost, it's like a perfect square. So at some point I have to redo it. But there we go. But in answer to your question, I think it was Kat. Let me have a look. I think it was Kat. When we talked about the warping. it hasn't warped, and I know that you've watched and listened to what I said about it. Yes, cat. I started every stitch in the bottom left coming up, and then went down in the bottom right, top right. So no matter which direction I was working along the row, it was always bottom left to top right. So it didn't warp at the front, and then the back, it was almost the same at the back as it is at the front. So for me, working it bottom left to top right consistently has worked, and it's not warped the fabric at all. So there we go. Anyway, that's that, and I'm going to move on from it, because what else is there? I'm not, you're not a stitcher until you've made one major, can I say balls up? Yeah, one major balls up. You're not a stitcher, are you? But anyway, moving swiftly on. I just want to talk about Gecko Rouge. I ordered the Magpie kit from them, and I hadn't started it, but I'd obviously received the kit, and I'd opened it and everything else. And then all of a sudden last week I got an email from them saying there was some fabric that I'd ordered on the way to me, and I'm like, I haven't ordered anything. So I sent an email back, and it turns out that the original email that they sent went into my spam box. There was an error with the sizing and the fabric, and they'd sent me a replacement piece of fabric and a new front cover. And they also sent me a gift voucher. And all I really have to say about that is how fantastic is that kind of service from Gecko Rouge. Rather than wait for people to sort of, contact in their masses, they've identified the problem and got onto it. I don't know if anybody's been affected, I've no idea. And they've got on straight away and, issued these replacements, which I have to say is absolutely marvellous, and, outstanding customer service from them. So if anybody from Gecko Rouge is watching, it's definitely a 2 thumbs up job, that one. Thank you very, very much indeed. And as if I needed an excuse to spend on their website, now I have a gift card. But there we go. So yeah, so that's all really from me. I'm going to go and bury myself in a corner, or maybe get some more stitching out. I've got to go back to work this afternoon, and sort of lick my wounds over that piece and it not being right. What can I do? I just have to move on. This week upcoming, we have 2 Stitch With Me's. One is an ASMR with She Sleeps, and the other one is going to be a music, and I don't know what piece I've got lined up for that. I haven't got my book to hand. So, but what I should be doing is, as I said, I'll be rejigging my rotation now. I'm taking Night Cafe out of it, and I'm going to give it a little while before, I pick it up again. And I'm going to count, double count, triple count, and recheck it, and then get Andy to have a look at it and make sure I've got enough fabric next time. I'm gutted in a way, because it was doing quite well. It was nearly at 5%. I mean, this week itself, $1,200 stitches. So anyway, usual things. So in the description box below, you will find information about my patterns, what I'm doing, who the artist is, where it's from, the stitch, the size, and the type of stitching. 3 videos coming up on your screen in a moment. If you do have a moment and you've not seen them, please do go take a look. If you're not subscribed and you are here watching it without being subscribed, which I know a lot of people are, do hit that button before you leave. It is free to do. It should say follow, in my opinion, rather than subscribe. And if you press the notification bell, you will be notified the next time that I upload a video. So really all that's left to say is thanks very much for your viewership. This channel is purely surviving on your views, so any views that you make is all good. Thank you very much for watching today. Take care, happy stitching. I'm sorry I'm so miserable, but I'll be fine. And have a great week, and I'll see you next week for my next update. Bye bye for now.